Hello and welcome back to Writing with Miss Maxie. I'm so glad we got our writing curriculum up and running this week. And I'm excited to keep learning with you guys. So yesterday, I know we looked at our second resource, Nature's Resources, with the pictures of different items. And the day before that, we read the passage by Ed Bright, My Dad Lives History. So today, drum roll, we are going to use details from both of those texts, the first one and the second one, to organize information on a planning chart. So let's review what we are going to learn today. You can say it with me. I can cite evidence from a text. Cite is a big scholarly word for like find and be able to tell where I got it. So if I cite something, I found information and I'm able to tell you where I found it. So we're citing evidence from a text, and we are also going to work on organizing details from sources. So our sources will be the two texts that we've read the past couple days. And today we're going to work on filling out a chart that helps us organize some of the details about what we've learned. Today you will need your iReady book, your writing book that we've been using. And you will also need a pencil and paper. If you open up your writing books to page 8 and 9, and we are looking at the writing path again. So you see on page 8 and 9, Herschel on his little skateboard, and we've already zoomed past step 1, we zoomed past step 2, and we are working on step 3, read and gather evidence. So it says, read your text and gather information to use in your writing. Think it through, show what you know, and get ready to write. So we are going to use the information we've read in our text and put it in our charts, and that will help us prepare for writing. So now that we have an idea of what we're going to do today, let's turn in our books to page 18, and let me show you what it will look like. I'll share my screen. Okay, your page 18 should look like this. It will say, think it through. Let's read our instructions. Fill in each chart. Use details from My Dad Lives History and Nature's Resources. So right here, since it's telling us to use detail from those two texts, I know that it's really important to return to the text for details so we can write down the right things on our chart. So let's do the first one together so you guys have an idea of how to complete the rest of your chart. All right, right here where it says resource 1. The type of resource, it's up to us to think of one. So I remember back in the text, the Powhatan people used corn. So let me go ahead and annotate. I'm going to write the word corn right here beside type, and you can copy this down in your books. And this hint, if you couldn't think of anything, these hints on the side might give you an idea. For example, this one says, hint, think of how the Powhatan people used plants. So corn was a good one because corn is a plant that I know the Powhatan people used. And it says, how did the Powhatan people use it? Well, it's been a couple days since I've looked at this, at my writing. So I'm going to go back in the article and look for where it talked about corn. Let me clear my annotations. And let's go back in our book to see, oh, there's some corn that was in our Nature's Resource text on page 17. There's corn right there. And what about our other source? Let's see where they talk about corn. Okay, right here. Annotate again. He shows how the Powhatan people used the land. They grew corn, beans, and squash. Okay, so they grew corn. And I know that people usually eat corn, right? So that's obviously a way that they used it. Let me clear my annotations again. So we know that the Powhatan people used corn because we looked at our hint.